So former Congressman Jamaal Bowman fled CNN debate when Scott Jennings held him accountable for Hunter Biden.
Nothing has changed.
Can I ask a question? Do you all think that Merrick Garland should be fired because of this corruption at the DOJ?
Again, I don't think there's corruption at the DOJ. I think the concern is the future DOJ is going to be corrupted.
You think there's corruption there? You think this was a politicized witch hunt? But the Attorney General should be held accountable, no?
These charges were trumped up because his name is Hunter Biden.
But wouldn't you, if you were the president, would you believe the Attorney General?
Let's consult our legal expert at the desk.
If you
Please
thought there was,
what you said
NBC News reported that the president and his top aides met.
That's why Jamaal Bowman lost his election. Guys, in case you don't know, this coming up, of course. Jamaal Bowman sitting here saying, let's talk to our legal expert. Dude, you're there for a debate. You're on CNN. You're on your network where you should be safe. This is an individual that think he can scream and run and pull fire alarms to get his way. When he's faced by a debate of someone that's really intelligent, ready to break down if Hunter Biden was falsely targeted, then Merrick Garland and the rest of the DOJ should be held accountable for the fact that Joe Biden needed to pardon him. And Jamaal Bowman comes out with the craziest excuse, claiming they were trumped up because his name's Hunter Biden, as if every presidential son is attacked by the DOJ.
This summer, and decided two things: that they were going to keep this option open, but they were going to publicly maintain that they would not pardon Hunter Biden through statements from Joe Biden and statements from the White House press secretary. They had a meeting. They coordinated the lie, I guess for political purposes. And now that he's leaving office, he is going back on what he told the American people. This isn't simply changing your mind. This is just fulfilling what you always intended to do. No Republican is shocked that he is doing this. What I am shocked at is the duplicity of the President of the United States and his top aides to come together and form this lie and stick to it this entire time. We all knew it was ridiculous. And now the American people are seeing what a disgrace he really is.
I think it's incredibly rich to have you say that the people got together and they were duplicitous and they created a lie.
NBC News said it.
I'm saying they created a lie because honestly, what the other side has been saying.
Simply by saying, well, I'm just out looking out for the American people.
But why would he have answered?
What do you mean?
Why would he have given such an oddly specific denial numerous times? What could it have possibly been?
Scott, I have no idea.
Politics, corruption, partisanship, grifting, that's the answer.
Would it have been, the Trump administration had an opportunity to investigate it. They could not verify the things that you're alluding to.
They tried to, and he got impeached over it. They impeached Donald Trump over the investigation that Hunter Biden has now gotten a pardon for.
You don't think...
Just a quick point of fact.
Look at this. He is masterfully cooking CNN. I just love seeing this, just seeing CNN have to face the music. And they're going to have to a whole lot more, simply because Democrats have made it hard for themselves. That's why my last videos, it was saying that Joe Biden completely betrayed Democrats because he made all of them look stupid. Imagine if you work for a boss and he gives you a narrative to spew, and you spew it so loudly, so profusely, and you believe it. You repeat the lie so much that you believe it to be true, and then they turn their back on you, make you out to be a liar, make you out to be a fool, make you out to be a simp, make you out to be everything but credible. That's what he's done to his own base. Regardless, I know a lot of conservatives might say, oh, it doesn't matter. They know that we don't believe them anyway. Well, what about the liberals that do? They're losing their own audience when Joe Biden did that, because there are people that's very respectable that said he will never pardon Hunter Biden. And I know politicians lie here and there, but the ramifications of this is massive. For the fact that we're coming into a nation that is going to be ruled by a Republican president, coming off the hands of a Democrat president, people are going to compare and contrast. They're going to compare the fact that one son needed to be pardoned in the first place, and they're going to compare the fact that people lied to them about the pardoning even happening. So it's, like I said, it's just the worst year to me that I've seen for Democrats in my lifetime. I'm not just making an ultimate statement for shock value. In my lifetime, I witnessed the Democrat Party become the absolute conglomerate that it is today, thanks to Barack Hussein Obama. Through Obama, we've seen that Democrat Party start a new strategy of utilizing social media and celebrities, making it their entire platform. And it worked so well with Obama that they copied and pasted all the way until Kamala Harris. The problem is nothing new stays new forever, and people got tired of it. So now all this celebrity plastering and social media support, it actually loses you support now because people tired of seeing it. Once a formula gets identified, it can no longer be the formula anymore because people are going to consider it propaganda for the simple fact they've seen it before and they know that people are acting on a strategy. There are so many things that have led to the fall of the Democrat Party. What I'm saying is they went from their heights, and now we're witnessing them finally fall down. And when they do things like this, lie to their public, talking about someone won't get pardoned when they do, it does everything to destroy the faith and hope into that party.
The Department of Justice investigations, indictments into Hunter Biden, this has nothing to do with the Republican Party. They don't run the Justice Department. The Justice Department, as you might know, since you had been in the government at one time before you lost your race this year, is an agency of the executive branch. The Attorney General is appointed by the President. This is the Biden administration investigating, charging, and ultimately finding conviction of Hunter Biden. The Republican Party runs no investigation. This is an official DOJ action, is it not?
Well, look.
Just say yes. It's
No.
So, are we saying we have a problem with all of those things?
How many of the Trump children that we were told are corrupt needed pardons? Zero.
Scott, no one
Scott,
would believe
okay,
them,
to
Scott.
your
I would love to know what Derek
Kushner
Kushner getting $2 billion from the Saudis.
The Trump children did not face federal charges. To your point, I'm going to give you that. But the person on here, Charles Kushner, who was convicted for a crime.
Did he go to jail?
Yes, he was living in Alabama prison.
He served time?
But he was
Yes, he
pardoned.
was in prison.
He did
They'd
not.
completely different crimes.
It strikes me that one of the arguments against
So
this
you
pardon,
didn't answer the question.
He's literally moved from a jail cell in Alabama to a...
they're not equivalent. They're not equivalent in any way, shape, or form.
Please.
But you're bringing up an issue, and you brought it up, so I want to address it. This idea that Hunter Biden is being selectively prosecuted. Now, one of the core criticisms of the Republicans, and Trump specifically, during the Biden years, is that the Department of Justice is engaging in selective prosecution and investigations of Republicans. And today, what I hear Democrats saying is, you know what, you're right. Joe Biden's DOJ does engage in selective prosecutions, which is exactly why we need people to come in and clean it out now. There seems to be bipartisan consensus.
But
selective prosecutions.
Does it open that door, Congressman?
What door? I'm sorry.
The door
Can I
to
ask the question? Do you all think that...
Here it goes. Look at Jamaal Bowman. He was just sitting by, playing around looking like a deer caught in the headlights. And he's tried to sit there knowing that he was seeing Scott Jennings cook the whole time. He wanted to kind of act like, man, I'm not in the building. I hope they don't call on me. Almost like a kid in class. And as soon as he gets called on and get challenged to a debate, this is where he completely gives up and runs away from it.
Merrick Garland should be fired because of this corruption at the DOJ. You think there's corruption there. You think this was a politicized witch hunt. But the Attorney General should be held accountable, no?
These charges were trumped up because his name is Hunter Biden.
But wouldn't you, if you were the president, would you believe the Attorney General?
Let's consult our legal expert.
Joe Biden is leaving.
He couldn't take the heat, man. He simply could not take the heat. And after that, they had to finish out the debate. Jamaal Bowman went ahead and referred over to the legal expert, ran out the debate, finished his entire CNN appearance, which was a waste. Because I tell you, when I went on Fox, they actually have you go to like a studio so they can record you behind that backdrop to look like you actually physically there. I never knew that till I actually got the feature. But the cool thing is that they sometimes will fly you in to do a physical. You can tell that he was physically there simply because, of course, he's sitting at the desk with them. That's the only time you would know someone's there. I'm saying that to say this. Jamaal Bowman flew all the way down to whatever CNN location this was filmed at, most likely somewhere in California, to run away from a debate. Imagine flying all the way down to CNN just to run away from a debate. He could have done it in his city through a digital backdrop, just like how you see right now on the screen. That digital backdrop, none of those people are physically at CNN, at the studio. Or I should say, there's a great chance that none of them are there. Or if they are there, you can't tell. Because how they have it is a mobile backdrop. You can go to a studio that they partner with in your city, and they have studios in every city. And you can just film where you are. Like me in Nashville, I can film a Fox News segment that's airing out in California. It's one of the coolest things I've seen. But Jamaal Bowman went above and beyond. He actually went out to the CNN studio, sat down with them to run away from a debate. Because why? He was 100% confident that CNN would allow him to peddle his BS and somehow pin this Hunter Biden pardon on Trump. I just love it when these people get a dose of their own medicine. And what's even crazier, this absolute alpha, Scott Jennings, he went on a bull run. He wasn't done with no, he was not done with Jamaal Bowman. He continued to go on this complete rampage on all of CNN, and it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. And it's all because of Hunter Biden being
in office, making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president? We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows just about when it all started. He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden. You guys can spend all day long trying to spin this.
Look how speechless they are. And I can't stand those smug looks on their face, because it's like, dog, just admit you wrong. That's all conservatives be asking for. Like, they be wanting us to denounce people and shit. I'm sorry. They want us to denounce people. They want us to retract statements. All of these crazy things. They want conservatives to be treated like freaking kids. And these people can't even for once say that I was wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, Joe Biden, he did abuse his power. Yeah, the DOJ did go after Hunter Biden because of things that he did. And there's implications of him abusing children. All that is being ignored with this smug face of, I don't have to respond to this because I don't want to. We have ended up in a very bad place in our country where we can't admit that Joe Biden pardoning his son Hunter Biden is corruption. The man was facing criminal charges that weren't white-collar crimes. Real crimes. It's beyond political at this point. It's just downright disrespectful to anyone that's a law-abiding citizen. And Scott Jennings, he letting them know
that this is Donald Trump's fault, that this is somehow caused by Donald Trump. Oh, he's appointing the wrong people. Oh, he did it. Oh, this is the worst possible thing a president could possibly do to his party and to the country, to sit for a year and say, I will not do this. I will not do this. The rule of law is sacred. We have to respect the justice system. Juries, we have to respect juries. We have to respect the guardrails and the norms of our democracy. These people are liars. Inflation is transitory. Afghanistan, it's a success. The border is secure. Robert Hur is a liar. The videos are cheap fakes. Biden has a cold. He'll never drop out. Oh, I'll never pardon Hunter. It's all a lie. It is all a grift. Every American, except the most partisan, brain-rotted people, are going to be outraged by this today. He is going to leave off. You think 38, 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Just you wait. He's disgraced. Disgraced today. Outrageous.
Scott, you don't need to hurl names and say people like me are brain-rotted. Come on, that's a...
Oh, wow, that's absolutely insane. These coming from the same people that will call us undesirables. Like, what type of goddamn term is that to consider us undesirables? Like, what does that even mean? Like, they give us the most horrid Lord of the Ring, Harry Potter ad terms I ever seen in my life for conservatives. They give us these movie terms that you give people like Hunchback Notre Dame and shit. They give us these fantasy, what I want to call it, shame, peasant names. And they sit here and get defended when they call them brain rotted or brainwashed. What do they expect? Are we supposed to just take the hits and be quiet? The thing is, people have taken advantage of conservatives because most of them are Christians and they know to turn the other cheek. But one thing about Christians, they forget with that it tells you to turn the other cheek. But it's not turning the other cheek to forget. You turn the other cheek for them to be able to strike. Because once you turn that cheek, you hit me right here and I turn my cheek for you to be able to strike again. That's when I have my ability to strike. You give them the ability to try to hit twice. We've turned our cheek. You hit us this time. Now we done turned it. We're trying to show the better side. But if you try to strike this one good side of my cheek, we're hitting back now. We don't want both sides of our cheeks bruised up. Pause, no diddy. Seriously, no diddy. But yeah. Whew, I might have to cut that out. No, I'll keep it. I'll keep it. But yeah, Scott Jennings, he completely. I back him up with what he's doing. We've been attacked enough, so if you take those few names that he called them as disrespectful, I think it's deserved. Not disrespectful, very
A
deserved.
little beyond the pale, even for you, Scott.
Listen,
I
I
disagree. We
Stand
can
up for
disagree
yourself.
about
You don't
this,
have
but
to
we don't
defend
have
this.
to call
He's
each other
leaving
names.
office. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to die on this hill. You can say this is wrong because
I'm
everybody
fine
knows
with
that it is.
Scott. That's why I'm
It's
defending
wrong.
it.
Are you
Karen?
fine with the lying?
knows
Are
it's
you
wrong.
I say
fine
good
with
for
him
Joe
sitting
Biden.
before the election all year and lying to the American people? Are you fine with the lying about it?
Yep.
I don't think that he was lying. I think he made a decision after the fact and decided this was the right thing.
So making a decision after the fact, after you literally promise something, is that not a lie? The word salad is crazy. The only people that can't see these people for what they're doing are toddlers. And honestly, at this point, I think kids are able to see through the lies.
For him and for his family. Period. Full stop.
John,
Donald
do
Trump
we not
decided
have
that
the
it
minutes
was okay to
and
pardon.
Joe Biden, Karine Jean-Pierre, how many minutes of tape do we have of both of these people telling the American people this will not happen? It's I mean, we could play it all morning. It's a lie, and it's a lie to benefit his own family,
That's
and that's
fine,
all
but
that it
let's
is.
just-
And everybody who
let's
went on
just-
TV and said, oh, look how he's
calling
the
us-
modern George Washington. He's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today where they're going so he can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility and everybody else.
Yeah, and I said that. Wow, that's crazy, man. I'm on the same page with this. Joe Biden has killed the credibility. It's killed the credibility of anyone that defended him. I would absolutely hate to be a journalist to have peddled BS saying that no, he won't push it. He won't pardon him. He's going to follow the law. Just imagine if I was a liberal journalist and I had to defend Joe during those days, saying he's going to allow Hunter Biden to see the law because he's a just president. He's fair, unlike Trump. He's not going to abuse the law. He's going to do the right thing. And he goes out and pardons the man. Guys, y'all would have the right to say, well, Dom, you pushed this for about a couple of months to a year, saying what he won't do, he did it. You have the right to ask me to address it. If I claim to be a journalist, if I claim to be someone that gets the facts together, and I push a false and disingenuous story for a year, you got the right to say, hey, man, can you please explain to us why you pushed this? And why should we continue to believe you? Because I fear being pushed a lie again. They're not doing it. They're acting like it never happened. But thank God we got receipts, and they will be held accountable.
Who's defended this? It's draining for them forever.
Well, and Karen, to be fair, Joe Biden, we did play that sound earlier, did flat out say on multiple occasions, and the press secretary did, that he would not pardon Joe.
He said it multiple times. He would not pardon them, and he did it. Now it's time for us to witness a lot of word salad, a lot of deflection, and pure lies, claiming how he changed his mind and changing your mind. Like, bro, if the excuse now is changing your mind, then that gives politicians the right to lie as much as they damn want. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because that means a politician could literally say, I'm going to take office. Or at least tell the Democrat Party, and they'll accept it. They could say, I'm going to take office. End world hunger, end cancer, which Biden said he would end cancer. And end orphanages. I'm going to make sure every kid, there's no kids, there's no homelessness, all these things. And then as soon as they take office, they say, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I changed my mind. Sorry, I changed my mind. We're going to go with something else. Would they not call him a liar? Would they not hold him accountable? Because that's exactly what Biden is doing. If you're promising something won't happen, and he say on multiple occasions it won't happen, you have to take their word for it, because that's all a man has. And if you're telling me you can't take a Democrat word because it's absolved with the fact that they can change their mind, then damn, what are they doing being a politician? Politicians don't have the right to change their mind when they promise Americans so many times, unless there's good reasoning, and it takes a press briefing. It takes updating the American audience as to why things have changed. Interesting where this is gone, interesting to where it's going. But please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to stay updated, and I'll see you on the next narrative that we break together. Thank you.